Hi, friends. Good morning. Well, it's late morning. It's like brunching hour. So it's like 10 in the morning, and it took me a long time to get to sleep last night. I finally got to sleep at about 3:30 in the morning. And because I kept the room dark so my husband could sleep, all I have is the clips of what I kind of scrolled the covers of what I started, like what I ended up reading for the evening. So let's go over the things that I read. The first thing I read was Vanessa Yu's Magical Paris Tea Shop, I think. It's one of those. It's the sequel to Natalie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune. And I really enjoyed this. I did enjoy this a little bit better than I enjoyed Natalie Tan's. I felt like Vanessa was a character that was a little easier to love, even though she's not perfect either. Vanessa grated on me in a way that I couldn't ever really pinpoint. And I just think Vanessa's a better written character. And, I like Paris. I loved the setting of Paris. And the whole matchmaking aspect of that one is super cute. So I would give it a try, especially if you did like Natalie Tan's. I think it's a little bit better than Natalie Tan's personally. I know I'm not the only early reviewer that's really enjoyed it. So definitely give a look into that one. I had an early ARC copy. This one comes out August 4th. So that'll be out in a couple weeks. Definitely give that one a look. After that, I read The Thunder Between Us. On that one, I did not enjoy this one as well. I can't give it more than 3 stars. I found this book lacking, and I really wanted to love it. I wanted her to learn, our main character, I wanted her to learn and to grow and to just thrive beyond what she was in the beginning. And I felt like the choices the author made in this one didn't do that. By the end, the person that she chooses to be with just feels like a convenient person. It doesn't feel like the right person. The chemistry that we see between these characters throughout is fine. It wasn't great, though. Definitely could have been better. And so I just found this one lacking. There's a lot of choices that she made for the lead character that made her unlikable, and that made me really sad. Style of writing also felt a little chaotic. I felt like there were tangents and things, so it might not even be a 3. I'm still thinking about what I want to rate that one. But right now it's a 3, and I'm really sad, This was one of the new to me Black authors that I was trying out, and that one just didn't work for me, so I'm really kind of sad. But I gotta boot up my phone first. That's one habit I want to share with everybody that I've been doing lately, is I've actually physically been powering down my phone at night, and it's helped me sleep better. I just was having a night last night. So I read the 3rd book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. It's called Barbarian Lover. There was a lot about this one that I really ended up enjoying. It was a little insensitive to those with infertility, though. I'm going to be upfront and straight about that. Kaladin, good morning, sir. Come here. He's being a pouty baby this morning. I don't know why. Anyways, Barbarian Lover. Really enjoyed it. It was a little insensitive to those with infertility issues, as she has kind of a permanent infertility condition at the beginning of the story, and her Kui magically heals that by the end. And that's probably a huge spoiler, but I don't even care. I feel like those with infertility would want to know that. I kind of suspected that when I started reading the story and that was mentioned. Kira, this character, she's one that I really like. She is the one who has the translator implanted in her in the first book. There was a lot about her character that I liked. And the guy that she was with, Aoshi, I think is how you say his name. He seemed really sweet, and I really liked him as a character. So there's a lot about it that's good, but just know that that's a trope that's in there, and if you're not okay with that, you need to be aware. And if that's not your thing, go ahead and pass on that one. There's lots of Ice Planet Barbarian books. You can just skip that one and just know that she does find someone. And then last but not least, I am 80% of the way into Pain and Row. This is a book featuring a trio. This is from another Alien Smut series. I think it was it Lainey from Ginger Reads Lainey that read this like years ago? and I ended up trying the first book and really enjoying it. This is essentially a series where Earth and this planet, Pathyon is what I want to say, they form a bridal pact. And so there's a volunteer program where potential adult women, women in their early to mid 20s, I think. I don't remember the age range. It's been a while since I read the first book. But they're able to basically volunteer to sign up to potentially be a bride for one of these aliens because they've been cloning their race, but that has decreased the amount of women that they have, and they found out they're compatible with humans. And so they ended up forming this pact with Earth. And so this is the story of the women who sign up for the program and the aliens that they meet. The woman in this one, Indigo is her name. They call her Indy for short. And love and sweetheart. She ends up being matched with two warriors who are basically joined at the hip in the same person as it is. So they wanted to share a wife. This is the second time we've seen a trio like this in the series. So it's 2 males and 1 female. And the first one I really enjoyed. It was 2 doctors and a girl who had nursing training. And so she ended up helping out in the doctor's station because her original mate, they weren't compatible. And so she ended up with the doctors instead. And theirs was really nice. And this one, it's a little milder than the previous one, but it's still enjoyable. I felt like they're fleshing out Indigo's character a little bit better than they did Andy's, the female from the previous trio book. And I really appreciate that. I've got about 20% left in that. But the last part tends to be a lot of ads. So I've really probably got like 10 to 15% left in that. So I'm going to jump into that, and I'm going to read A Blade So Black, and I'm going to get ready for the day. I'm wearing April's cozy sweater, by the way. It's seriously so comfy, guys. I just had to wash it because it smelled like vinegar when they first sent it, just because of whatever they used to sanitize it. And yeah, anyways, it's cozy. Go to her Teespring shop. Her channel's linked down below. And she's got t-shirts. She's got these cozy slouchy sweaters. She's got traditional sweaters. She's got mugs with all these fun kind of suggestive sayings. I liked the I do it in public places one, but all the suggestions lead to reading. I think one of them's I do it 5 times a day. And yeah, it's really fun and they're really suggestive. So definitely go and check it out. She found out there's stuff for there's dog sweater potential, so she might do some of those, and it's just a really good time. So definitely go check her out, go support her in that way. She does that instead of having a Patreon, so definitely go support them because they're super cute and they're comfy. This is one of the coziest sweaters that I own, and I can't wait to lose a little more weight so it fits a little better. Just because it only goes up to a 2X. So if you're plus size like me, just be prepared for that. So this one is a little snug on my bosoms. But that's also because I need to lose some weight. So as I'm working on losing weight, I'm rambling now, guys. You can tell I went to bed late. So I'm going to read and we'll talk after I've read. Hi, it's about 3 a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I realized I haven't been speaking to you today about the things I've read. So I finished up Pain and Row, which is book 6 in the Warriors of Pathyon series. It's an alien smut series. I thrive on it, and it's a trio style story where we have a male, female scenario where the two men are warrior brothers, essentially, where they can anticipate each other, and basically in battle they're inseparable. And so they opted to sign up for a wife together because they share everything in life, and so they thought, why not share a wife from the bridal pact and stuff. I think I mentioned that briefly earlier, but it's one of those things where Indigo is a really good fit for the two of them. And the way that all plays out and the slow progression of the sexual relationship was really nice, because she'd never been in a trio scenario, but she'd always kind of like been curious about it because she had been reading smut, because she wasn't ever really super sexually active before that point. I mean, she had had experiences, but she wasn't, the perfect girl who was, always with someone. So anyways, that whole progression was really nice, and the final real, sex scene between the three of them was really nice. Very choice. Really enjoyed. After that, I went ahead and read the buddy read pages for A Blade So Black. And again, a really intense set of pages. Hopefully in the next set of pages, we're going to be getting some answers, because there are some answers that are needed at this point from certain characters. And yeah, so again, still enjoying it. It's still just really easy to get into, so it'll be interesting to see where I land by the time I finish this book. So yeah, there's that. And then I started up Core, which is from the spin-off series of the Warriors of Pathyon series. This is the Miners of Jaromir. This first book is called Core. Essentially, it's about the guy who helped rescue a bunch of the women who were almost basically put into sex trafficking, but he ended up saving them. But he's from a different race than the Phaetons. They're not necessarily at war with the Phaetons, but they're not necessarily friends either. So what he's doing for his people is that his people are in a similar scenario where they don't have a lot of women or children. And so they wanted to see if they were compatible with the humans as well. And as Cora's discovering, he is compatible with a woman named Juniper, who really just wanted to start over. Her life was kind of in a crappy situation. She wasn't ever really very happy. She's kind of crass, kind of just on the edge, and, isn't considered socially acceptable to a lot of people. And she's a bigger girl. She's curvier. And she had boyfriends who told her that she was too fat and they couldn't sit on her lap and stuff. And so some of the interactions between her and Core have been really, really nice. I've really enjoyed their dynamic. So it's pretty good so far. I'm about halfway through that. So I just want to finish that up today. Maybe I'll read some manga. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm at least going to finish that. I needed a different location, so I came downstairs, though I have a bit of a headache, so I might end up back upstairs, hiding out where I can keep things a little bit darker. I don't know. That's kind of the plan right now, and I'm going to get me a snack while I'm down here, and I'm going to read, and I'll check in with you guys probably one more time today. Alrighty, friends, so I am here to wrap up my day 5 vlog. Yeah, today's day 5. I did never get around to makeup today, but I did, get a shower in, get clean hair, all that kind of stuff. So, let's just briefly go over everything I read, and then we'll wrap this up. So, first up, I read Vanessa Yu's Magical Paris Tea Shop, or Paris Magical Tea Shop. I don't remember the lineup. It's right there. This one was really cute. 4 stars. Really enjoyed the dynamic in that one. Liked it better than Natalie Tan's. Take what you will for that. And then I read Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. This is book 3 in the Ice Planet Barbarian series, and I just had a good time reading this one. I really enjoyed the particular dynamic, though there is a sensitivity for those with infertility issues. Some people might not enjoy that choice of ending. Other people will be fine with it. But just know that it could be insensitive to someone who deals with those issues, so I'm putting that in here. Then I also read The Thunder Beneath Us, and on this one, I settled on a 2.5 stars officially. I just found this book lacking and I wanted more from it. The concept was great. I didn't love the execution. I would be willing to try another Nicole Blades title to see if it got any better, but this particular one just wasn't the book for me. It's not necessarily a bad book, it just wasn't my kind of book. And then we spent some time today with the Warriors of Pathyon. I'm gonna look them all up. Payne and Roe, this is a trio style thing with 2 guys and a girl named Indigo, and she's technically we meet her first in the spin-off series, which I'll get to more in a minute. But this is book 6 in the Warriors of Pathyon series, where these aliens have a contract with the planet Earth, where women can volunteer to fill out a questionnaire to be mated, essentially, with one of these Pantheon alien warriors. They're just kind of bigger and more muscular than the typical human race, so they're big. They're kind of alpha male-ish, but the women usually call them on their behavior, so you will come across that in the series, so just be prepared. But I do like how Gonzalez writes trios. This is the second trio that we've seen in this series, and I've really enjoyed both. Then we have Core, which is the first book in the spin-off series. It's the Miners of Jamor. I don't know how to say that. But anyways, that was book 1, sorry. And this is kind of establishing that spin-off series where we meet Indigo. And this is another alien race that's compatible with humans, but this is more like a Fated Lovers style of series, where the other is like a little more scientific questionnaire dating sim kind of simulation. And this one is the Fated Lovers style. We have Core and Juniper, who immediately have this connection, and so they have to mate swiftly because the mating process for their people is sped up in a human, and so it kind of escalates things quicker. And we learn that through Juniper's experience with Core. And then going on in the series, they also form a pact with Earth where they'll have up to 10 brides sent every month that are volunteer to potentially mate, to be a soul's mate, as they call it, with these people on this planet. And so book 2 is Sparks' story, and there's technically like 3 major cities on this planet, and he's the leader of one of the other series. Core was the leader of the big city, and so the next one we follow is Sparks, and then the next one in the series, Matrix, is the leader of the other city. Our woman in Sparks, she is a plus-size gal who's klutzy and adorable, and I love her to bits. I really enjoyed this one a lot. It might be one of my favorite that I've read from this author. I really enjoyed their sexual chemistry, just their interactions in general. They both he at least fights the pairing initially because he's like, no, I need to be a leader. I need to not be thinking about a mate right now. I don't want to feel selfish. I don't want to take this away from my people. But it's Fated Lovers, so they can't do too much there. So anyways, it's really good. I really enjoy it. Her sassy best friend, Rue, I think is the pair for Matrix. And I'm living for that and thriving on it. So I really want to see where that goes. And that's the next book. I do have that on my Kindle. It might get read tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. I might read it tonight. I don't know. We'll see how things go. But yeah, that is kind of how today went. It was just pretty casual today. Didn't really do too much. Just kind of read on my e-reader, and I read a lot more last night than I did today. I did try to catch up on reading vlogs and things like that throughout the day as well. And I just kind of hemmed and hawed and poked around, had a lazy day. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And I want to say thank you all for your positive comments on the previous vlog where I expressed some insecurities. You all have been so sweet and so nice, and I really appreciate all of the comments that you all made. So again, thank you guys for watching. I love y'all, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog.